Hey, gang, it's me, Dr. Steve, and I'm so excited because as we're all together building up a parallel and thriving economy dedicated to faith, family, and freedom, I'm joined by the backpack trader himself, my good friend Troy, aka TJ Noonan. TJ helps patriots everywhere learn how to trade anywhere, right? That's why he's the backpack trader. You could learn how to trade like the experts without having to spend endless hours in front of your computer. TJ is a good friend of this channel, and he's been blessing so many of our audience members with some of the most successful trading strategies out there. And he's here to help us better build our own parallel economies for ourselves and for our loved ones in the midst of what's hopefully a temporary era of Bidenomics. He's got some free training that he's offering on July the 13th that you can sign up for by clicking on the link below. I'll be there. We'll be there together, and we'll talk more about that in due course. So TJ, welcome back. Great to see you again, my friend.
Thank you. It's great to be back, Dr. Steve.
Oh, it's awesome to have you. So I want to begin with what could actually be funny if it weren't also so sad, affecting so many negatively. But the White House is releasing statements with titles like Bidenomics is working, right? So they're claiming that they're reducing the deficit. I thought it was fascinating. CNN, of all places, actually had to come out and fact check Biden on that, reporting that the deficit had not, in fact, been reduced under his tenure. But they're doing everything they can to gaslight the economy, ignore the grocery bills that are out of control, looming recession, or perhaps some would argue in a present one, and the like. So in your opinion, what's actually going on with Bidenomics? Why are they trying to convince us it's all so hunky-dory? I mean, at least Carter was truthful. At least he acknowledged the malaise, back in the day. What's going on here, in your opinion?
In my opinion, they're trying to win elections. I mean, everything's so political. It's hard to know who to believe these days. And I just look at the charts because the price action on charts doesn't lie. It can't hide from itself. It is what it is. And a lot of the smart people I listen to think there's going to be a recession by the end of the year, if not early next year. And so we have to be prepared for that. Right. Now, as a trader, I try not to, I realize things I don't know and can't know. So everyone says what they say, they have their agendas, but then the price action shows me the truth. And it provides me with opportunities. And as long as people are talking about this and talking about that, it's pushing the markets one way and pushing the markets another way, there's trading opportunities. And there's a way to empower ourselves by taking advantage of the imbalances that end up happening as a result of just whatever the challenge or the disaster of the day is that we're faced with. It's in headline news all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is why I love having you on the show, because you're just this beam of light in the midst of the darkness, as it were. Because what I love about your approach to things is, in many respects, it doesn't matter who's in the White House. It doesn't matter who's in Congress or the like. You've tapped into the dynamics, the ebb and flow, the calculus, as it were, the algorithms, maybe we might even say, of the market, such that you're able to make money no matter what the market is doing, no matter if it's a bullish market or a bearish market. It doesn't matter. You're tapping into dynamics in such a way that is always not always, but is generally extracting gain. Can you talk about that a bit?
Yeah. First of all, me and my members benefit from this. All traders do, really, because when the market's balanced, like when everything is just hunky-dory and there's no drama in the world, buyers and sellers have even power, and it doesn't make for good trading. And that's usually a time to stand aside. But as soon as one side pushes harder than the other, and then there's a reaction, and I know I'm talking abstractly now, but just from thinking of what the market is made up of, it's made up of a group of people that believe prices will go up. Those are buyers. And a group of people believe prices will go down. Those are sellers. And then there's another group that doesn't know what to believe, and they're probably on the sidelines waiting to get in at the right time, or what they think is the right time. And so I just focus on the price patterns that I've learned that have proven to be tried and true over the years. It's totally neutral and doesn't really care, but it identifies what the likely outcome will be. So there's this pattern that occurs because of an imbalance. Buyers take charge, sellers take charge, push the markets up or down. And then a pattern happens where the likely outcome is predictable in a high percentage of the time. And that creates a great trade. So that's all I look for. And my style of trading is to try to do it quickly. So I spend very little time each day trading, maybe only a few minutes, because I believe in, time is the real commodity that we all need more of, and they don't make more of it, unfortunately. So we have to make the best of the time we have. And that's why I say trade effectively, spend a little time trading, and then get out and enjoy your best life. And that's what the backpack trader philosophy is.
It's apparent whenever I hear you talk, it's a paradigm shift for me, because whenever I approach the stock market, I always approached it as an investor. Do your dollar cost averaging, put in whatever percentage into the market once a month. And then when, of course, the market's going down, I just look at it going, oh, gosh, I see all the red marks on my portfolio pointing downward. And I remember talking to you about this. I'm like, how do you make money on a down market? And I remember you telling me, but Steve, you're thinking like an investor. I'm not an investor. I'm a trader. I'm dynamic. You're literally surfing the waves, as it were. So it doesn't matter if they're going up or they're going down. Can you just, for our listeners here who haven't had that paradigm shift, can you just give us a little bit of a sense of the difference between how a trader can make money even if the market is going down, whereas investors are often losing money as a result? They're being a trader and being an investor is not necessarily the same thing.
It's not the same, but they do have a role to play with one another. It's good to be an investor, and I like your approach to cost average and to build it slowly. If you have a long-term goal in mind where you're going to be holding it over a long period of time, you're probably going to do well. But one of the problems with investing is if you need the money when the markets are down, and that happens to a lot of people. They're approaching retirement, they need their money, and their investments are down. It's probably going to go up again. It always does. I mean, so far so good. But the thing is that the timing of it is like the market doesn't care if you need it or not, right? I mean, that's the thing with investing. And investing could mean a lot of things. You can buy real estate. You can invest in, mint condition baseball cards, or whatever. There's so many ways to invest. Trading is literally taking advantage of short-term movement where you can get in and then get out quickly with your money in hand. So if you start with, say, a certain trade that costs you a little bit of money, and you can make double-digit or triple-digit percentage gains, you're in, you're out, you've grown your money from here to here with that one trade, then you can continue to do that sort of activity. And whether the markets go up or down, it's just a button you push. If you're going to get in when the market goes up, you might push the button that says buy. And if you're going to get in on a market that's moving lower, you push a button that says sell. And that messes with people's minds, because they think, well, how can I sell something I don't have? Well, you're selling it in good faith that you're going to have it. And we're just moving paper. So you sell a contract, price goes down, and then you just buy it back at a lower price. And that delivers on your original,
obligation.
When you got into the trade to sell it in the first place. Right. So it does, you don't think in terms of buying and selling. You just think in terms of direction. You're either going to go this way if it goes up, you're going to go that way if it goes down, and it doesn't really matter. You make money either way.
The jujitsu trader, maybe we'll come.
Yeah, that's a good name. I like that.
So how does becoming a backpack trader provide freedom from these sort of economic anxieties and assaults that so many in our audience are concerned about?
Yeah, so that there's like two answers to that question. There's the actual physical part of being a backpack trader, where you can just travel the world, and as long as you have a good internet connection, you could place trades from anywhere. So when I'm on the train from Munich to Baden-Baden, which I just was recently checking on some trades on the train, the last thing I'm thinking about are all the economic woes happening in the world. I'm thinking about the first thermally heated bath houses in Europe in Baden-Baden, which is quite amazing, by the way.
Yeah,
So I mean, instantly that's like, therapy. But the other thing is just the whole idea about the concept of being a backpack trader. You don't have to schlep a backpack around. You could trade from a train like I was, or from your own sofa, or anywhere you want. You could decide. It's the philosophy of running it like a business and spending poignant time. So a little bit of time, but focused time, and then getting your trading done. And oftentimes are finished really quickly, and then walking away for the day. And now you got the rest of the day to pursue whatever you're interested in, whatever you love, whatever you want to do. And even then, I'm not really thinking about the woes of the world because I'm living my best life now. And, I could decide to help people and do things that are going to help their lives improve. And that makes me feel better. That means it shows me that I've got some, something to give this world. We all do. It's nice that you could put your finger on it and actually do it. I like to help people take charge of their financial well-being and give themselves that same level of freedom. And if you learn how to trade properly, you remove yourself psychologically from it, and you just end up operating your trading like you're running a business. It's just that your hours are very short. You open your shop, you get it done, you close your shop, sometimes 7 minutes later, maybe an hour later, somewhere around that amount of time is perfect for day trading, for example. You don't have to sit all day and watch your eyes turn into corkscrews, like I always say. And you don't have to do that. That's probably a mistake, actually.
That's right.
So that's the backpack trader idea, right? Is to work as little as possible, but definitely focused work that you've put some preparation in to build it properly. And now you just execute your plan day in and day out. You follow a set of rules and you just implement it. And then when it's finished, you're done. And, what do you do for the rest of the day? You could be done like early in the morning still. And now you got the rest of your day to do whatever you want, pursue other interests, whatever it is you choose.
Wow.
And that's how you kind of insulate yourself from the woes of the world, I think.
Yeah, it's the very definition, it seems to me, of a parallel economy, a personal parallel economy. So you've got Bidenomics going, that's getting a lot of people up in arms, and they're just so anxious about it. And yet what you seem to be suggesting, well, not suggesting, but you're demonstrating here in your own life, is there's a different way to approach the economy. How did you say it? You don't worry about the things you can't control, but you worry about the thing. Well, there's a pithy saying that you have that seems to capture this philosophy.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's many things we can't control, and there's a lot of things we can't know either. We think we know everything, but we don't. There's so much we don't know.
Right.
Realizing that changes your decision making. So if you know you don't know everything, then you don't base your decisions on some of the stuff because you don't know everything. And if you can't control certain things, why hit your head against the wall trying to control it? Because if you can't, you can't. So I always say, don't focus on what you can't control. Instead, put all your attention and focus on what you can control.
Right.
And when it comes to trading, there's a lot we can control. We can control how we trade. We can control identifying trade setups and patterns that occur over and over again in nature, because it reflects the psychology in the market, which is basically always there. And so you identify patterns that repeat. And when you've seen them enough, you can predict what the next thing is going to be. Like, this pattern happens 70% of the time, this next thing happens. And so you can place trades based on that. And if you can win 70% and lose 30%, that's like walking 2.5 steps forward, 1 step back, 2.5 steps forward, 1 step back. You're okay with the 1 step back because you're going to go 2.5 steps forward again. And that's how you grow your account and achieve your financial freedom. And you actually, things like Bidenomics and stuff that pushes prices dramatically becomes your friend because you make money from it.
Right.
And so then whatever happens in the economy, like if inflation's running hot, but you can make double and triple percentage returns on your trading, you're still going to outpace inflation by a lot and make a lot of money too. So you can't control it, focus on what you can control.
Right. Right.
That's just a simple philosophy, because if you try to overcomplicate things, it gives you anxieties and you end up getting a headache because the wall doesn't break down no matter how hard you hit it with your head.
The Stoics were arguing that in ancient Rome 2,000 years ago. That's right.
So it might have been on something.
Yeah. So we got a free training on July the 13th.
Yes.
It's 3 p.m. Eastern. Everybody, you can register for it just by clicking on the link below. Can you give us a little sneak peek on what we're going to be learning about there?
Yeah. So everyone wants to know, how do I get to live that same lifestyle of freedom? You know, they see me speak from this place, from that place, or place trades or whatever. And I'm going to be talking about the steps on how to achieve that, basically. And also I've got I'm going to be giving away a free copy of my book to many people. My day trading quick start guide. So I'll be giving some free copies, and I got some other free goodies. I even have one of my best trading strategies that I'm going to be giving away to a lucky winner next week. So it'll be fun. It's definitely been a successful event. We've done it a few times.
We have.
It tends to fill up, and I'm always looking forward to it. I get to meet everybody too, because we do it on Zoom, and so we're all on camera, and it's this. The community is amazing. It's like this great big world, but such a small, tight trader community, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, you've worked with hundreds of Turley talkers out there. It's just, it's wonderful. And they love you. Gang, this is an amazing opportunity to learn from one of the best. TJ's amazing. We've worked with them now for months, and the free training that he's offering is exactly what we all need to build and finance our own personal parallel economies for ourselves, for our loved ones. So just click on that link below right now to register for the free training. Again, it's July 13th, 3 p.m. Eastern. Seating is limited, so don't wait. Click on that link. And I'll see you there with TJ on the 13th for an hour that promises to change your life. This is amazing stuff. TJ, thanks so much for being with us and giving us a wonderful encouragement. Again, it's so paradigm shifting, and you bring a lot of light for a lot of people in a dark place.
It's my pleasure. Thanks for having me on again.
My pleasure.